Judge is not ready. Okay. Judge ready? Audience ready? Blah. Alright, then I will begin. Hi. I've been obsessed for about 3 years now. Now, it didn't start out as anything major. It was just me and my friend. We were being teenagers, right? But then my life took a sharp turn for the worst. Suddenly I was acting differently, and I lost control of my own life. But I didn't want to change. I liked who I was, and without this, I would be alone. But after seriously searching my soul and my newsfeed, I realized everyone has the obsession. Every single person on my Twitter is helplessly addicted to the hashtag. As of January 8th, 2016, Instagram found that over 246 million posts had been tagged with hashtag selfie. Now this symbol didn't begin its life a few years, or even 50 years ago. The hashtag is a major part of our society, and has been for thousands of years. So to understand how I came to my compulsive tagging, the history must be hashed through, followed by looking to how it is pounded to the top of our lives, and finally crunching the number of ways it will likely affect our future. As with anything phenomenal, the pound sign wasn't created overnight. It was built century upon century, tracing its lineage through the Roman phrase libra pondo, which represents a measurement of weight in pounds, explains Keith Houston in his book, Shady Characters. The abbreviation for libra pondo is LB, but while quickly writing, many people began to be unsure as to whether this was the abbreviation, or perhaps the number 16, so they began to cross the top of the symbol as shown here. Sadly, people's ability to write quickly and legibly was still very unsatisfactory, and the symbol unintentionally changed to look more as shown here, which shows a much more direct correlation to the pound sign we know and love today. Sadly, this usage became obsolete, and the libra pondo fell out of use for centuries, that is, until the 1960s, when Bell Laboratories was creating their first touch-tone phones. Now, they knew that phones would lead the future, and wanted to have two symbols alongside zero that did not serve a specific purpose, so they could be used for more complex codes in the future. So, they chose the 5-pointed star and the diamond, selected for their aesthetic appeal. However, programmers had their heads on straight and demanded that the symbols be ones already in the computer codes. So they chose the asterisk for the star, and our hero, the pound sign, for the diamond. Furthermore, members of Bell Laboratories wanted a specific name upon which everyone could agree for this symbol, because it was often referred to as a pound sign or a number sign and wasn't clear at all. There is the birth of the Octothorpe, although the origins of this word alone are not so clear. While most can agree that the octo half comes from the word meaning 8, as far as the Thorpe half, Worldwide Words explains it could be from a variety of sources. A main idea is being based off of an Old Norse word, Thorpe. That means villages, because this symbol looks like one used on their maps. Other theories include being based off James Oglethorpe or Olympic athlete Jim Thorpe. Despite their newfangled name, most people still refer to the symbol as the pound sign, and did so until 2007, when Chris Messina first used one on Twitter. 99% Invisible explains he was going to a self-proclaimed nerd event, Barcamp, and to help others quickly find information about this event, he placed Barcamp, one word preceded by a pound sign in his tweets. It did not catch on very well, but one of those who followed suit actually dubbed it the hashtag, because hash was the British term for the symbol, and it was being used to tag tweets. Easy, right? Messina took the idea of the hashtag to Twitter, but they didn't believe in its purpose. Well, we definitely proved them wrong later that year during the San Diego fires, when one of Messina's friends placed hashtag San Diego Fire in his tweets, and it caught on. Like a wildfire. All it takes is a little natural disaster to spark a trend, and Twitter finally did accept the hashtag, and Andy Lorg at Twitter created a line of code, so that when one searched for a specific hashtag, it would bring up all tweets with that tag. Since then, very many different sites have accepted the hashtag, including Facebook, Tumblr, Instagram, and many others according to hashtags.org. It's easy to see how one person's idea can influence a world of media. So the social uses of the Octothorpe have been covered, but this symbol expands far beyond just that realm. Programmers, for example, will use the crunch, as they prefer to call it, to signify that a line of text should be treated as commentary instead of code. Proofreaders will insert this symbol to show that a space should be added in between two letters. Not only that, but very many people have added the word hashtag to their vocabulary in what I dub verbal hashtagging. Similarly to when used on Twitter, someone will place a hashtag at the end of what they say to either add commentary or signify a central theme. Hashtag proof. And while I'm sure you would agree with me that very many people could do without this excessive verbal hashtagging, this symbol has become an inevitable part of all of our lives, on a global level. Nancy Neo of mantelthought.org explains hashtag activism, or usage of this symbol to assist social change movements worldwide. An example of this can be seen through the hashtag BringBackOurGirls movement of 2014. Neo finds that hashtag activism works to bring people together in 3 ways. The first is through tracking trend evolution. The more popular a trend is, the more popular the hashtag, of course, will be. The next impact is through celebrity endorsement. If a public figurehead tweets using a specific hashtag, I as a fan am more likely to investigate that cause because if Mrs. Obama and Malala think it's important, I probably should too. Finally, Neo finds that hashtag activism will work alongside social media through multilingual interaction. People across the world are using media in different ways, and since this is such a global idea, hashtag activism will grow through their intermixing. Regardless of the actual repercussions of missing this hashtag, it is evident that the Octothorpe isn't going anywhere quickly. After first hashing through the history, crunching today's spread across the media, and finally pounding out the impacts upon the future, it's plain to see how an obscure symbol can develop through society. Today the crunch, pound, hashtag, or whatever you want to call it, is as much a part of our lives as any piece of media. It's impossible to disregard how this cute little tic-tac-toe board has influenced our lives in ways we could have never imagined. So my life really never is going to be the same. And even if I am addicted to the hashtag, I'm grateful for this cute little symbol that has brought the world just a little bit closer together. Hashtag thank you.